It's championship time here at the Wilmore Center inside the Doc Weisky Gymnasium. Joining me, Marty Ernster, is doing the color, the analyst, if you will. Kirsten Sauerbrei, first-year head coach at Ripon High School, former standout, as well as standout at Lakeland University as a, fate would have it, a three-point specialist. And I think we might see some of that today, particularly from the team in blue. It's Ripon College versus their arch rival, the Vikings, from Lawrence University, Appleton, Wisconsin. It's winner take all, loser go home. And it's come down to this: Ripon having a perfect conference season, regular season at 16-0. Lawrence with a few more losses than that, but not too many. Lawrence experiencing their first 20-game win regular season in school's history under head coach Riley Wolf. Lauren Buzalaki in her 13th season has celebrated her 200th career win earlier this season. And Ripon has owned LU in the first two games this season. When I went back and looked at the statistics this morning, it was Ripon pretty much owning the paint, which is kind of, when you look at the front line of LU, it's kind of surprising that that's the situation. Ripon, both in points and Ripon in rebounding, has been able to be more successful than Lawrence in those two wins. What do you think, Coach?
You know, I'm excited. It's Championship Saturday. I think we have two great teams that are going to go at it today, and I'm excited to see how it goes. I think we were talking earlier, and it's going to start in the first quarter right off the bat. It's going to be the team that shows up, brings pace, and gets more points on the board, you know, and I think both teams played really well yesterday. I think Ripon wished they would have played a little bit better.
Yep.
I know LU was really impressed with, I think, how they played. I mean, you win by what, 20-some, 25 was it?
Yeah, all of that. And they had Knox. They beat Knox 3 straight years now. Knox, a quality team, particularly with their backcourt players, led by Player of the Year Bria Medina. But, you know, I don't know if Lawrence could play any better than what they demonstrated last night in that semifinal double-digit victory. But Ripon definitely was, in my opinion, was not Ripon ball, was not Ripon-esque, if you will. They didn't play the way that we're used to seeing them play. Once in the first half and early in the third quarter, Ripon seemed to get double-digit distance from that Coach Brazzi Ram team from Cornell College, and Cornell would climb back. And in fact, going into the numbers, it was interesting. Ripon had a few more turnovers in that contest than Cornell, and I think that told me that's all I need to know, because that's usually the other way around. Ripon number one in that statistic. So not sure what it was. A lot of whistles, a lot of fouls. As I talked to Coach Buzalaki, one nice thing that the team did well, they shoot about 68%, I think, collectively as a team. They shot closer to 80%, about 77, 78% last night from the free throw line, and they were there a lot. And so that might have been really sort of one of the quiet statistics that we didn't pay attention to that might have been the difference last night in that game that Cornell almost came back and stole. I did have a chance to talk to head coach Lauren Buzalaki. We talked a little bit about last night's game and about what's coming up today and overall that championship season. This is what she had to say. Game of the Midwest Conference of ladies basketball. And it's been a long road to get here, but we finally have arrived. Joining me, Coach Lauren Buzalaki. Coach, always welcome, and this is for it all of it.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Marty.
Yep. Got to talk about last night's game. It was ragtag. It was physical. It was getting after it. A lot of bodies on the floor. A lot of whistles. I'll tell you, for all those whistles, I thought the team shot very well from the 15-foot line.
Yeah, we're excited. You know, winning free throws is a category you got to win. Free throw percentage is a category you got to win. Hopefully we're sharper today, turnover, ball control-wise, because that's another category that makes playing fun, as well as rebounding and shooting percentage-wise, Marty.
You know, and we still, I believe, had 4 players in double digits last night. And throughout most of the season, your starting five had been double-digit average per contest. That's got to be a tough scouting report, and that's what I like about this team. It can be any 1, 2, or 3 players in any given game.
Yeah, hopefully our players play really hard to guard. That's part of playing the read and react. It gives them some freedom and flexibility to do what they really do well. And so as long as we continue to pass and cut, set screens, we should be hard to guard tonight too.
That game, February 4th at Lawrence, I was there. I would have worn a helmet and a mouth guard myself had I been playing in it. I'm looking for a real physical game. The way Lawrence runs the high post with 24, and I think half the people here are to see the matchup with our 2 point guards with Charlotte Brennan and our gal, Lainey Havlovitz.
Yeah, a lot of great players on the floor today. Coach Holt's done an outstanding job at Lawrence in reconstructing that program recruit-wise. They've gotten big-time players who love the lights, and so you'll see a competitive, aggressive game today, Marty.
2 of the best defensive teams for sure in the conference going at it tonight. Is there anything I should be looking for in that first quarter that might, any statistic or something? We seem to control the boards. As big as they are, we out-rebound them in those first 2 games. Is that what I look for? Who's controlling the glass?
Yeah, who's controlling the glass, contesting, not giving up open looks, and then consecutive stops in a row are always big on the defensive side of the ball.
Coach, I'm out of here after this game. I'm going south, but I'm going to be watching, hopefully, our team, the Redhawks, first round NCAA, and if we can get by today, maybe we've been knocking on that door, maybe we can finally go through it. Best of luck to you today. I think it's going to be a heck of a contest.
Yeah, it should be. Thanks, Marty.
Respectful behavior by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. Please support the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racist, or sexist comments, or other intimidating, offensive actions or comments will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages is prohibited. Additionally, the Midwest Conference has a no names and no numbers policy. Spectators are expected to refrain from calling out names or numbers in conjunction with non-supportive comments or intentional heckling directed towards opposing or home team players, coaches, game day administrators, and officials. And we thank you for your cooperation. At this time, we would ask you to please rise if you are able, as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the
Wow. Her name is Naomi Ricola. She's a freshman on the Ripon College ladies basketball team out of Sebastopol High School, Sturgeon Bay, and what a nice rendition of the national anthem. Well, you're here, you're on the Ripon channel, and also you'll be watching us on youtube.com/Ripon channel, and also on the Midwest website as well. Marty Ernster here. Kirsten Sauerbrei bringing you the championship game this afternoon. It's between Lawrence and Ripon, arch rivals. How perfect is that? Whether it's football, basketball, tiddlywinks, it doesn't matter. If it's Lawrence and Ripon, neither one wants to lose to the other. So they will do alternating player introductions like last night in the semifinals. And so, as our PA announcer, Lyndon Krause, is warming up for those introductions, he's talking about Ripon as the #1 seed, beating Cornell last night. It was a struggle. It was a battle. Give credit to the Rams. They're a young team. They're going to be around for a while and starting next season. LU had a much easier day of it at the office, if you will, against Knox College, winning in double-digit fashion. So we'll have to see, probably in this first quarter, as Kirsten was saying earlier, that might tell us a lot. But first, let's go to the player introductions. It's #1, Josie Eager, a 5'5" senior out of Mendota, Illinois. She's a good one. #3, Lainey Havlovitz, the hero last night with that last-second steal, the 5'3" junior out of Wild Rose, Wisconsin. For Lawrence, #3, Olivia Kesty. She's a 6-foot sophomore out of Blaine, Minnesota. And for Ripon, out of Monona Grove, Cottage Grove, Wisconsin, #4, Carson Nelson, the 5'8" sophomore. Here's one of the heroes last night for LU, #11, the Colorado kid, Firestone, Colorado, 5'5" junior, Charlotte Brennan. And for Ripon, the senior out of Madison Memorial High School, 5'8" senior, #11, Natalie Rawolf. And the star, offensive star, the leader of LU, #15, Kate Adams, a 5'9" junior from Plymouth, Minnesota. #31, led all scorers for Ripon last night, the sophomore from Fredonia, Wisconsin, 5'11", Haley Van Horn. And then #24 runs a great high post in the offense, Sophie Morey, a 6-foot senior, Tinley Park, Illinois. And for Ripon, she's the anchor, 3-time Conference Player of the Week. #40, Sophie Sleevey, 5'11" junior out of Antigo, Wisconsin. So for Lawrence, it's Eager, Kesty, Brennan, Adams, and Morey. And for Ripon, it's Lainey Havlovitz, Nelson Rawolf, Haley Van Horn, and Sleevey, Sophie Sleevey. So we're just moments away from the start of what I kind of refer to as a Korean conflict, Vietnam situation. This is going to be very physical. The game February 4th, it was hard fought, very physical up there. Ripon, we'll talk about those stats of that game, the last time these two clubs met up. We'll talk about that. It's not easy going into Lawrence Alexander Gym. They only lost 2 games there, one to Ripon and one to a quality UW Stevens Point Ball Club in non-conference action. My friend and co-host here, Kirsten Sauerbrei, we were talking about the matchup of point guards. Watch for Charlotte Brennan, #11, dressed in blue, versus Lainey Havlovitz, #3, the junior from Wild Rose, going at it. That will be one of the key matchups. They both missed it. People waited. Nelson said, "I'll take it." Ripon with the opening tip. Great position.
Hard idea by Ripon to get it down to the big right away. Might as well feed her if she's open.
And she had the defender sealed off to her back, and she just missed the open layup. That's nerves. You'll see that probably from both teams. Look at these two going at it. They got a talk on defense, a steal by Havlovich, but she stepped out of bounds. How many times are we going to be saying that? Steal by Lainey Havlovich. Defensive Player of the Year in Midwest Conference. That's an example. And last night she had a steal at the end that sealed the victory for Ripon. Help and recover by Ripon is their calling card on defense. Nice finish. Good focus. Kept her eyes on the rim. Olivia Kesty for LU. They strike first. Coach Buzalaki letting Lainey Havlovich know what she wants done in their setup of the half court. They got 4 out, 1 in, trying to open up that lane for cutters. Looking for the double. There it is. That is not a normal play, I don't think. I don't think they call that play, do you?
I don't think she took many shots yesterday outside. She likes to get into the paint, but hey.
Yeah. Look at that. That was good defense, better offense. Those two will be going at it all afternoon. Nelson wants to drive that left. That's one way to fix the net. Rawolf shoots well over 40% from three-point all season.
She knocked some huge ones down yesterday, and here she goes again.
Interesting, Ripon's first 2 points are three-pointers. That is not their normal offense. It's to attack the center of the lane. Interesting. Look at that. Gonna call it on the floor, no basket. And there's the battle. How many times? We've said that 3 times already. The game's barely 2 minutes old. Look for Lawrence to run that high post. They normally run it through Sophie Maury. She's on the lane line now. That looked like a Lainey Havlovich's move. It just didn't find its target. Overlaid, Ripon 6-4, and they got the ball.
Miscommunication by Ripon.
Yeah, she was going to just to get the ball out on top. Well, unfortunately, her teammates started cutting to the baseline. Unforced turnover on Ripon. Going for that theft. You better have a rearview mirror when you're going against Ripon's defense. Kate Adams, she's dangerous with the ball.
Curious to see how Lawrence feeds her today, knowing.
Brennan on a 3. But look who picked up the change. Wow. What a nice heads-up play by Olivia Kesty. That ties the game. It was a 1-point lead at the end of 1 quarter at Lawrence, or back earlier in the first week of this month. 13-12, Ripon led. Knocked out of her hands, maintains the dribble. They're going to say it was off for her when she shot. People were surprised on the call, but when they stuffed the shot, it must have rolled off her shooting hand, her wrist, if you will. So possession goes to the Vikings. We're just underway. About 3.5 minutes into the game. 6-6. Ripon's damage has been from downtown with 2 3 balls by Lainey Havlovich and Natalie Rawolf for Ripon. High post. That's Josie Kos, and it's a deep one. Barely grazes the iron. There's the outlet to Nelson. No advantage offensively. They're going to say that squeezing defense by Molly Deering, who just got into the game. Rawolf ran out of real estate when she tried to drive baseline after the cross-court pass. Callie Havlovich, the freshman, the younger of Lainey Havlovich, is now in, along with the senior, Bester, number 12, Mackenzie. Olivia Kesty with the ball screen for Brennan. From the corner, Kate Adams, she's a good one. That went off the glass and almost went in.
Lawrence is looking to do that double high screen.
Yeah, they did it last night too. Coach Wolt is taking issue whether there was a foul there. Lainey Havlovitz. That's Brennan. First foul on Brennan and on Lawrence. Little cross screen there from Van Horn to Callie, who just got in, takes a shot. She gets lunched by Kate Adams. Going to have to stop that ball. Through her hands, falls right into Brennan's. Good recovery by the defense after that blocked shot. Going in the post, nice block. That was by Sophie Sleevey. She walled up without fouling. There's Sleevey. They're going to call the foul. That'll be assessed to Josie Chose, who just came into the game for LU. The intensity you can feel from up here. I dare say there's more fans in here right now than last night.
I'd agree.
And that's interesting with 4 teams. Kind of maybe speaks to that rivalry I was talking about and the proximity of LU from just coming down Highway 41. Misses that first free throw, and Sleevey's a good free throw shooter normally. Shooting 72% from the line. Gives them the lead. Boy, it has been 6-6 for a long time. Knocked and almost stolen by Callie Havlovitz. And that's what it's going to take, the extra effort. And nobody does it better in example than the sisters from Wild Rose, Lainey and Callie Havlovitz, the junior and freshman. Bester, Van Horn, and Sleevey joins the Havlovitz sisters for Ripon. Bester takes the interception. Finds Lainey Havlovitz running the show. Lawrence defense gets back and sets up nicely. Deflected. Active hands, both teams defensively. We've seen a lot of tip balls, Kirsten. Left hand, blocked shot. They had 10 blocks, Lawrence, against Ripon in that win at Alexander Gym back in the first week of this month in regular season play. Get a timeout here, it appears.
I think we have 2 teams that just love defense going at it today. So you're going to see a lot of tip balls. You're going to see a lot of steals. I think that's what the whole game is going to be made up of. And at the end of the day, whatever team takes care of the ball the best, I think is what the outcome is going to be.
You're spot on with regards to defense, because the #1 team in the conference and ranked in the top 20, about 26th, 27th in the country, I think, it's LU. They render 50 points a game. Well, where's Ripon with that? Oh, 52 points a game. So, yeah, they are. They are. Ripon led with steals, and LU leads nationally also. They're up there in the top 10 in block shots per game. They average about 6 to 7 block shots per contest. And we've seen, I think Ripon's eaten about 2 of those, if not 3 of those already in the first quarter. And we're barely halfway through that first quarter. So the Charlotte Brennan, Lainey Havlovitz one-on-one hasn't been disappointing. Yeah, I agree with you. You know, it just more times than not, fundamentals, right? It can be the determining factor. Do you shoot well from the free throw line? How are you with possession of the ball? Are you throwing it around and losing it, or do you value each possession and want to get a quality shot? Both teams defensively make it hard on the opposing offenses to get that quality look. Havlovitz will inbound. They'll keep the 5 that were out there with Bester, Nelson, Havlovitz sisters, and Sophie Sleevey. She's gonna, nice defense on Havlovitz. She was setting them up to kick it out, but Lawrence read her. She lost it on the turnover. Nice blow by. If it wasn't for the weak side help by Bester dropping down, it would have been an uncontested layup. And this is what Ripon just did. 4 crossed high, open up the lane. And that pressure, boy, you better keep your eyes on the catch all the way to your hands. Fundamentals, they always talk about target hands. Give them a good target. Hit them in the hands with that passing. Receiver, meet the ball. You stand around flat-footed waiting to receive a pass on offense, and that ball's probably going the other way. Remember, Ripon got their 6 points on back-to-back threes, and they haven't really got a good look at a three since. I think that's what they call muscling the ball through.
Absolutely, they're gonna have to keep looking to her, feed it to her, and
Van Horn for Ripon had the big offense last night. They're calling a foul on Ripon. And I think that was away from the ball. Freshman Callie Havlovitz gets called for the infraction. Patrick Cronin working the lens again today as he did last night. Executive producer Riley Eisnagel running the technology part of this, the tech support. 9-6 Redhawks. Good defense.
straight up defense.
Good defense. Under control, Nelson. She gets it 3-on-2. Sleevey running the outside for the big. Raw will pull up 15-footer. Sleevey had it. Let's see how they call this. Is that going to be on Sleevey?
It is. I think that's a hard foul. I mean, you're being aggressive going after the basketball.
Well, my point is she had her hands on the ball. Yeah, that's a real tough call. She'll sit with her first foul.
Yep.
Van Horn out there in her place. Those two might rotate a lot. Once in a while, you might see them both out there, depending on the situation, I think. Kate Adams, leave her open on a deep three. She can hurt you, but not that time. Quick outlet, Nelson. 2-on-3, 3-on-3. Bester, long. They got Brennan trapped, almost. She splits the defense and she's off and running. That's not Bester, by the way, that's Eager. A three ball, no, not even close. Kate Adams has not been close on her first three attempts. Her first three attempts.
Even though she hasn't been, you still can't leave her open. You still.
Oh no, she's a pure shooter, no doubt about it.
First team all conference.
Missed it. Rawolf will take the jumper. Missed it. Van Horn fighting for that loose potato. Look at that outlet. Missed it.
Each team is just struggling to get a.
Why would you do that? Why would you grab the person? They missed the layup, Lawrence. He got the rebound, and then Ripon unexplainably grabbed the Lawrence player. Rawolf will take a break.
Gives her two already.
Callie Havlovitz will be out there with Bester. And Lainey Havlovitz, that's Bester's second steal, folks, off the bench. Freshman's going hard. That's a foul. She wasn't squared up on her. That's an easy call. Hard to catch up to. That's another battle between Josie Eager, I should say, and Callie Havlovitz, the freshman. It's freshman versus senior. Molly Johannes for the first time this afternoon, and what a valuable piece she has been in the rotation for Coach Lauren Buzalaki and her staff. She is a hybrid, if you will. She can guard the 3, the 4, or the 5. Nice job by Kate Adams. You talked about her in warm-ups. Kate Adams is first doing everything. Every drill, everything. She's a leader by example, and she's a leader certainly on the court when the game's on the line. She's off to a slow start offensively, but not defensively. Laney will have to create a shot here. That is a tough shot, missed the iron. Tried to step through with the left hand, and Brennan was all over her grill, taking about a 17-foot left-handed shot.
The It's multiple possessions where the shot clock has gone completely down below 10 seconds and they've had to put something up.
Yes. So you tip the defense in that set of circumstances. Nelson guarding Adams. Laney on Brennan. Good look at a three. Didn't fall. Reeled in by Van Horn. Brennan, smart play. Don't let Havlovich speed dribble and get into their quick transition. Make them earn it. Use the shot clock. Good job by the LU defense. Posting Van Horn. She's good one-on-one if they can get it to her. Possession arrow will go to Vikings. To think that this is a 9-6 game with less than a minute in the first quarter. We talked about it. Defense, defense. Oh yeah, did we mention defense? Oh, mistake. They're going to call a hell ball. They called for a timeout, but ref wasn't going to have it, so it'll go to Ripon. Brennan, in just a little hiccup on her dribble, was the difference, eh?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, look at those two going at it. Brennan and Laney Havlovich. Callie with the ball. Backdoor pass. Left hand. What a great job. Van Horn on the rebound. She'll go back up. Oh, get out of here. Are you kidding me? How many smoked layups by both teams have we seen? Wow. Look at them going at it. When it comes to competition, they don't like each other. Look at this. Look at this. And a steal. And a frustration foul.
That's just good defense right there.
Oh, that was great defense. And Brennan, I believe, picked up her second. We'll have to wait and see. Talking to the official. I want you to watch, though, when Laney Havlovich had the ball, Brennan was getting into her when she was just trying to get separation, bumping. I mean, that's part of the game, trying to get into the other player's head. That is Charlotte Brennan's second foul. She had a great scoring night last night. She normally doesn't do that. Not that she can't. She distributes. There's a step back three. Missed it, had to shoot it. That's the end of the first. Nothing decided at all. It's 9-6, Redhawks over the Vikings. And it's a struggle. Talk about points coming at a premium early on. Wow. I'm tired. That's the intensity when you can feel it up here, you know, like basically, you know, 18 rows up here, the equivalency of. And you can feel that intensity. Look for Schlieve. He's going to report back in with her 2 fouls.
The pace of this game has been unbelievable. Just constant back and forth. I mean.
And the big thing, I think, where LU's been held for just 6 points, Sophie Morey ran that high post last night, and everything went through her, particularly in the second half. And we haven't seen that. They've been bumping her off the line. We're just going to have to wait and see how that's going to play out. What is Lawrence going to do offensively, trying to impose their offense? Because right now, Ripon said no way. It's been pretty much the same way. We said before the game started, it's defense versus defense.
Haley Van Horn also played really well yesterday, getting some buckets, and you know she's been struggling to finish down here, and it's going to be huge. Hopefully she can start to get them to fall, because I think that's a big part of their team. Van Horn, I think, might just have the best overall basketball IQ. She was, she was coached in high school by her mother. Her mother was a D1 player. She probably been working on her crossover since she was 2.5 years old, if I had to bet money on it. But she's calm under fire. And right now, 2 points by anybody is huge. They're going to leave Brennan on the bench right now with 2. As long as the game is close, why not? There's that high post. We talked about it by Morey. Slides down the lane line now. Try to feed her. Nice defense. Laney Havlovich. Sophie Schlieve, if I'm Lawrence, what are they going to do?
tried to get the ball down and get her third foul. Kesty is guarded by Van Horn. Rawolf is out there. She's got two. There's a hand by Van Horn, but reeled in. Deep three. Had to launch it. One and done. Eager had to launch it. Nelson thought about it. Just short. Rawolf has to be careful there. Ager, reels it in, gets down there. Rawolf on her. Kesty being guarded by Van Horn. High post. That's Maury. Kate Adams is going to have to earn it, and she's a good free throw shooter, folks. She'll shoot at 80% from the line. 9-6. We are in the second quarter, in case someone forgot to tell these two teams. Wow. Vince Lombardi said, fatigue makes cowards of us all. And who knows, maybe that's what it'll come down to later in this contest this afternoon. But remember what's at stake here as she misses that second one after making the first. Nelson with the rebound. She'll take her time. Ball screen. Van Horn can knock it down from anywhere. But she'll be patient. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Ball screen from Sleevey. She goes away from the screen. Kicks for an open three to Van Horn. Oh! Van Horn is two for 2 or 2 for 3 on threes.
It's a great attack, great kick out.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, it was a very good find. She was playing for that. Lainey Havlovitz all the way. You're right. There's that high post. She lost the dribble, picked up by Nelson. They're off and running. It's 4 on 3. Nice move. No shot. Feed the post. Get the reach. That'll be assessed on Olivia Kesty. So coming out of that first quarter, Charlotte Brennan re-enters, and Callie Havlovitz for Ripon as Brennan comes in for LU. Also in for LU, Josie Chose. How's that? 6'2" sophomore off the bench. One of the human erasers on that LU team. So it'll be Sleevey shooting along with Van Horn out on the court. Nelson, Rawolf, and Callie Havlovitz. Laney getting a rest. Ripon trying to beat the same team 3 times. They did it last night in semifinals against Cornell. And Lawrence did it 3 times in a row against the number 3 seed Knox Prairie Fire of Galesburg, Illinois. Trying to get Adams on the score sheet here a little more. Got the ball down low, blocked by Sleevey, picked up by Rawolf. Let's see what happens. Sleevey staying high, now she'll cut. Lots of time, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Ripon up 13-7. Freshman takes the 3, knocks it down. Put a piece of duct tape down there on the floor because right now Van Horn and Callie Havlovitz are feeling it from that spot, from that same spot, 16-7.
You tell me half of Ripon College's points come from behind the three-point arc. I don't know if I believe you.
And yeah,
but it's true.
Ripon doesn't hunt threes through the season. What a great move. Footwork by Kate Adams. Shows why she's one of the best in the conference for LU. They needed that, LU. Dribble, jump, stop, up, and no. But wait, weak side rebound, double team, no whistle, now there is. Kate Adams should be called for that from behind, but we'll wait. It is. 2 shots. She was just there about a minute ago. Laney Havlovitz will come in for Rawolf, who has 2 fouls, I believe. delivers on that first.
Knocks down both.
Good job. There are those two going at it again. Oh, what help from Van Horn. And then before she could recover, Lawrence made her pay.
I think Lawrence needs to continue doing that. Look to get in and kick it out for a
Dribble
nice
drive,
shot.
kick, like Ripon's doing right there.
Yep.
Oh, what a find. Oh, great movement without the ball by both bigs for Ripon.
Lawrence needs a bucket here and a stop on the other end.
Yeah, they do. They don't want this to go to double digits psychologically. The game on the fourth, it was 13-12 after one, Ripon, but then Ripon opened it up in the second quarter. Step back, beautiful shot by Kate Adams. She was #1 in conference.
Don't let her get hot.
#1 in conference, 3-point field goal percentage, Kate Adams for LU. She had 20 in that losing effort at LU. Picked up by the freshman, couldn't deliver. That's the activity. That's that hyper speed. Havlovich sisters. Hyper quick, more quick than fast. Nice wall up, and they'll go off the body. Laney Havlovich didn't think so. But what defense made Brennan not look particularly good on that take. What discipline to wall up, straight up, right?
Absolutely.
No reaching. Don't give those refs a reason to blow the whistle on defense.
Especially because she doesn't want to pick up her second on something like that. Still
Nelson,
straight up.
Yep, Nelson takes his seat, and Bester, #12, the senior. Step back. She's got an ankle breaker, doesn't she, on the crossover, fake crossover. Good help on Brennan. Wide open in the corner, long, weak side. Van Horn on the board. Gives it to the superior point guard for Ripon. High low, little too high. Couldn't handle it. But what reaction it was defensively with 3 blue jerseys. Head coach Riley Wolt talking to the official, wants to get his point in there on that whistle. A lot of times refs will burn a timeout sometimes to get a point across to an official. I don't know if you've done that in your rookie year, your head coach, but I know if I feel it's important at a pivotal point. Ripon's trying to get a little separation here. That Kate Adams three ball was huge for that reason. But sometimes a coach, he wants to take a timeout, but boy, if he can get into the ear of the official respectfully and make a point. Interesting how the officials are having their own little conference too. They want to come out of this game, officials too. They want people to think, you know what? They did a nice job, the officials. They didn't become the big part of the game, and they called it fair and balanced and always were in position to make the call. Ripon leads by 6, under 5 minutes remaining till halftime. Wow. Hey, we're talking about Van Horn. Each year, the Midwest Conference recognizes student athlete with the highest cumulative grade point average participating in his or her respective sports, accumulating in a championship or tournament event. The award recognizes commitment to student athlete toward pursuit of excellence in both athletic, academic realms as measured by reaching a pinnacle of competition within the league while also achieving highest academic standard among its peers. The recipient, the Elite 20 Award, was announced last night. 2026 winner, it is the sophomore biomedical science major for Ripon College, Haley Van Horn. And I assure you, I had nothing to do with anything close to that when I was in school. What a recommend. I mean, you're looking across the whole conference and what she accomplished on and off the court. Nice defense by Callie Havlovich, but an offensive chance. We're going to get it on the floor. That's not a bad fall. Or call, I should say, excuse me. Not a bad call there to get them before shooting, non-shooting, I should say. And that's on Callie Havlovich, her second.
Can we just talk about Kate Adams' shot? It is so beautiful. It is so high.
She makes it rain.
It
makes
looks beautiful.
Rain.
I mean, every time, whether, a couple that she's missed, it doesn't look like she's going to miss. I mean, it's super beautiful, and you can tell she worked a lot in that shot.
Absolutely. It's a compact stroke, too. stepped out of bounds. I just can't get over our athletes that much bigger. Our defenses, I think it's a combination of defenses pushing, playing beyond the three-point line nowadays. And it happens every game. You get 2 or 3 out-of-bounds steps. Men, women, doesn't matter. High school, more so in college, though, it seems. When she stopped to make that reverse skip pass, she shuffled her feet. The official called it. So, lost the opportunity for a shot. Van Horn takes a blow, and it'll be, for her big, it's going to be number 40, Schleve. Johannes is out there now with Nelson, Bester, and Lenny Havlovitz guarding Brennan. High-low, kick it. Brennan had a big night offensively last night. Like I said, normally she distributes. Blocked twice. The shot was blocked, and then off of Molly Johannes. I think the shot block might have been Schleve. Johannes on the reaction out of bounds. But boom, boom.
Rippon's doing a good job at either keeping their hands straight up or just hitting the ball and not, creating.
Reaching. They're not reaching. They're just, weak side on the inbounds. Foul, going to shoot 2.
Just when I say it, that's when they foul, and now she gets to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, that'll be Olivia Kesty going to the line. That is the 3rd foul on Rawolf. That's not who we wanted that assessed to. So Kelly, with her 2 fouls, who just was taken out, is now back in for Rawolf. She'll sit for the rest of the half. Missed that first one. Kesty, normally a 71% free throw shooter, but you don't plan a lot of that backspin. Got that one to go. It's a 5-point game. Ripon's scoring seems to come in spurts. They hit 2 baskets and then go dormant for a while. Once again, a testament to the defense they're playing against.
Ripon continues to look inside, trying to get the ball inside, try to get to Sophie.
And that's what they're doing right now. They're trying to work it in. And then they'll settle for the 3. That was tipped. And that's a foul on Schleve. You can't do it. You got to let it go. Schleve has to let that go. You get back points, but you don't get back fouls. That's her 2nd. Can't do it. Any ref will blow the whistle on that. And here comes Van Horn on the next whistle.
These refs are much like the Ripon game yesterday, not like the Lawrence game.
Yes, I agree. Speaking of Schleve, what a block pass that was. Active hands, look at that. Touch pass, what a save. Can they finish the deal? No, but she'll shoot 2. What a heads-up save. So, just to understand what we just witnessed, it was an outlet pass from the senior of the junior, but the older of the 2 sisters, Havlovitz. It went off the hands of the well-guarded intended target, then deflected into the Ripon's hands. And before she fell out, or was out of bounds, before she touched the ground, she got it back to Johannes, she'll shoot 2. Molly, the Laconia grab. Back iron. You don't think there's a lot of meaning in this game. Players that normally, still this late in the game, you still got little nerves. Both misses. It's going to be a held ball. Redhawks will get the possession arrow. Nerves.
Free throws are huge. Got to knock them down, especially in games like this.
Yeah, and last night Ripon did well from the free throw line. Callie Havlovitz bump. Van Horn trying to step through. They're going to call 3. A little surprised with that call. That's probably the only 3-second call you'll see in this game.
I was going to say, you don't see
it.
Those.
No, they're pretty lenient on that. It's kind of a surprise call. But what rebounding by Van Horn in a sea of blue jerseys. Stolen, knocked away, picked up by Lainey Havlovitz. Does she go to her sister? Yep. What a finish. That's the sister act right there. What beautiful basketball. Wow. Back to a 7-point lead. Ripon led by 9. Biggest lead by either team. Look at them collapse. Their help and recover by Ripon has been impressive. Reach by Johannes, knocked it out, picked up Havlovich. It's 4-on-2. Nelson goes down, pump fake. They're going to call it on the floor. Too good of a fake, eh?
Ripon's doing a good job at pushing the ball at the floor. I mean, they're getting a lot of opportunities, and even if they're not making the layups, they're getting to the free throw line.
That's their makeup. Create the turnover and turn it into instant offense, and they've done it all season long. This is a team that's going for its 25th win of the season. I believe the record, now don't hold me to this, but it was a Coach Brazzi team back in 2012, maybe 2013. They won 25 back then. Made it to the NCAA tournament, won their first round, and lost in a hotly contested second round game. But whether it is or isn't, 25 will take it. Last night, Ripon with 4 double-digit scores in that game over the Cornell Rams. I mean, to think that your 5 starters on the season for the Redhawks average double digits, 10 or more points. At the same time, they don't hunt 25. They hunt victories. That's what Ripon does. Different hero oftentimes each and every game. Backdoor to her sister, too high. What that passer has to understand, they got to watch the free safety like in a Tampa 2 defense with double safeties. Yeah, she beat on a hard V cut. She beat and got separation from Brennan, Lainey Havlovich did, but she didn't read the weak side coming over. Could have been a big collision. Here's an attack knocked away by Molly Johannes. Shot clock, still plenty of time. Knocked away by Callie Havlovich. Back up on her feet. Lainey Havlovich pushing them way out of the comfort zone. Got them. Listen to the crowd to that Ripon defensive effort. 1 second on the shot clock, and there it goes. Kate Adams in disgust with a hard bounce pass to the official. Defense versus defense. Psychologically, that 30 seconds goes large for Ripon.
Absolutely.
Especially if they can deliver here, Coach.
Defense leads the offense.
Going to take the ball screen. Yep. Nelson loves that left lane. Van Horn can knock down threes. She made 2 already. Long iron, run down by Lainey Havlovich. A pass to Molly Johannes. Yes! Less than a minute till halftime. Ripon by 9. Quick transition by LU and a quick foul. Well, it's either on Johannes or Van Horn. Those 2 were in the neighborhood, it seems to me. Two shots, even though it's non-shooting, because they're over that limit. So that foul, I guess that foul was given to Lainey Havlovich, her second. So we got both Havlovich sisters with 2 fouls. We got Raw Wolf sitting with 2 or 3. I think 2. Missed it. Lots of time here. Ripon with the opportunity for the first team to get a double-digit lead. You want to feel good? You want to go from feeling good to great about yourself at halftime? Score here. Up and under, that's their move. What a block. Run down by her sister. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it to Van Horn on top of the 15-foot line. What a pass and a foul. That will be another one on Kate Adams.
Ripon sure doesn't give up. They continue to go. I mean, missed basket doesn't matter. They get the offensive rebound. They just continue to go at it, and now they find themselves at the free throw line.
They are a bigger team, literally. If you take out a tape measure, when you look at You look at Kesty at 6 foot. You look at off the bench, Josie Chose at 6'2", and you look at Sophie Maury at 6 foot. They're bigger than our ladies, yet Ripon has owned the paint in both regular season games versus LU. Makes that first double-digit lead, Coach. Mackenzie Bester, major in elementary education, comes in. Been one of the first off the bench the last 2 seasons for Coach Buzalaki. Reliable, strong with the ball, and obviously a defender.
Lawrence down by 11. It's going to be huge to get a bucket here.
Yeah, they need it. They need it. Molly Johannes out on the point guard. I said, no, that's on Ager, my bad. What a tough drive, and it fell in. Got to hurry, 1 second. Nope, will not count. And after that battle of 26-17, Ripon with a 9-point lead over their arch rival, LU Vikings. At stake, an automatic bid into the NCAA Division III Women's Basketball Tournament. Marty Ernster along with Kirsten Sauerbry. We're going to be back with statistics on this first half. And maybe as good as these guys are, Sam Hopper's troops, they are Jimmy John's fast when it comes to getting those stats. We'll be right back, folks. Welcome back to the Doc Weisky Memorial Gymnasium at the Wilmore Center at Ripon College. It's halftime, the championship game, Midwest Conference championship game between the Lady Redhawks of Lauren Buzalaki's team versus Riley Wolt, the head coach. First time 20-game winner. Now it's up to 21 this season in the history of Lawrence. Ripon is leading 26-17. And before we go any further, Kirsten, Toby Shuka, great rally band. We love them. Play loud, they play proud, they do a great job. What about the halftime stats? Kristen and I were looking at them. We're going over them. Neither team shooting great from the floor. 29% for Lawrence, 29% for Ripon. On three balls, Lawrence, because of that suffocating defense on the perimeter by Ripon, has held Lawrence to 1 of 10 shooting, 10% from beyond the arc, and 6 of 10 for Ripon at 60%. Kind of tells you why there's a difference in scoring. But also, both teams sloppy with the ball with 10 turnovers each, but give credit to the opposing defenses. Ripon with 7 steals, just 2 for LU. Who's controlling the glass, you ask? 9 total rebounds by LU to 22 boards for Ripon, 8 of those offensive for the Lady Redhawks. Leading scorers for Ripon, Sophie Sleevey with 8, Lainey Havlovitz with 5, also Callie Havlovitz, they do everything together, also with 5 points. Rawolf and Haley Van Horn with 3 points apiece. It's been defense versus defense. Anybody here watching can tell that's what's going on there. When we look at points off of turnovers or in the paint, second chance, fast break, bench points, it's pretty close by everybody. Maybe on turnovers, Ripon has taken turnovers and gotten 7 points out of it, only 3 by the Vikings. Otherwise, everything else is pretty close. What do you think, Coach? Second half, Ripon by 9. LU did score a basket to get it down to a single-digit deficit. What do we look for here to start the second half?
Yeah, I think that Ripon needs to continue looking to get it inside. They do have Sophie back, number 40, so continue getting her the ball and trying to get to the free throw line is going to be huge. And I think at the other end, I don't think Kate Adams is scoring nearly as much as she should be. So getting her the ball and looking to get, her outside shot is so well. And, she shoots it really, really nice.
That
so,
3-ball, it makes cloud formation.
Yeah, it does. So I think overall, just, taking care of the basketball, we were talking about that. Each team having 10 turnovers, got to take care of the basketball. Ripon looked for that steal and to push it up the court. And I think Lawrence has to continue doing that and equaling what Ripon takes the ball away on the other end.
It's my observation that in basketball, regardless of what level, that usually scoring opens up more in the second half due to the fatigue of the players defensively. That's an observation, not an absolute truth, to say the very least. The reason why Kate Adams only has that 1 basket is because of that defense. And so it's going to be interesting. I think Coach Wout has to set the table, if you will. He's got to free her up because she is the offensive player for them. And I think where Ripon has more balance offensively and has that luxury, if you will, with balanced attack from Ripon, I really think the door goes through Kate Adams. I think you're spot on in that observation. And so if you think so, do you go with double high ball screens, pick and rolls, make her one of the pickers, not the person with the ball? Maybe you get Adams off the ball and get her to move and set the table with a staggered screen weak side and try to free her up. But right now, here's Charlotte Brennan with a little bit of foul trouble going against Lanny Havlovitz, also with a little bit of foul trouble.
Yeah, I think Charlotte also needs to start looking to really get some buckets.
There it is.
Just missed off iron.
And what a move it was, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be huge. I think she did a good job scoring last night.
Oh, but yes.
And they need to start to fall for her here in this second half.
Lost the ball. And they wanted to travel, going for the steal, knocked it away, but didn't get the theft. Imagine that, Havlovitz going for a steal. And I don't have to say whether it's Laney or Callie because they both do it, right? Well, that's what they talked about. She's getting past on the 2 drives. She's getting past her counterpart, Laney Havlovitz, but she's not finishing yet. Talking about Charlotte Brennan 3-ball corner short, and that'll go to LU. So that's one of the adjustments they're trying to do. They're saying, you know what? If Kate Adams, we can't free her, Hey, Brennan, see if you can attack the basket with a speed dribble, and who knows, maybe you get a third foul on Laney Helmovitz. Van Horn steps out. Interesting on the switch. There she is.
I think Rippon's really looking to sag off of her. You know, she likes to go to the hoop, but she can knock it down. She proved it last night, and there it was again.
Yeah. Almost threw it away. She's not open, I agree. Reverse the ball. Nelson with 7 seconds drives. Spin move, left hand short. Fell out of the shot. Don't foul, Nelson. Good defense on Ager. Wide open for a three, why not? Long rebound to Brennan. She kicks it for a three. Ager misses. There should have been a foul over the back, no call. Here we go. I thought that was definitely over the back on 2-4, Sophie Maury. She ended up on the carpet. Maybe that's why they didn't call it. Lots of time on the shot clock.
Pulling Sophie out.
Yep.
Clear out.
Rawolf, see if she gets untracked offensively. Had 3 in the first half. In and out. Nobody wants to score here, it seems. Defenses are still dictating this game for both ball clubs. Not even 20 points scored in that first half by LU. Nice step through left hand.
Ripon needs a basket here. Lawrence doing a good job getting to the hoop.
Yeah, typically basketball is a game of runs. But right now, we haven't seen runs. We're going to get a timeout. Interesting. That'll be a timeout called by Ripon. That coaching staff's going to get together for Ripon. They want to talk about what they want to do on offense. So it's 26-21, 9-point lead by Ripon, but now that's been shrunk to 5 on a jumper by Charlotte Brennan, and then Sophie Maury just now one-on-one on the post was able to finish. If you didn't tune in last night, Midwest Conference all-conference selections were announced yesterday morning. First team, Aaron Knowles from Cornell. Jalen Patterson from Illinois College. Watch that team next year. Bria Medina from Knox. They'll be back. Kate Adams right here from LU. Talked about her. Off to a slow start offensively like a lot of players are in this game tonight. Laney Havlovitz for Ripon along with Natalie Rawolf for Ripon. Congratulations. Second team, Kylie Callahan from Knox. Nayeli Mendez Acuna from Knox. Charlotte Brennan and Sophie Maury, both from LU, made it second team. And then Schleve and Van Horn for Ripon made second team. Player of the year, Bria Medina from Knox, and why not? And Midwest Conference Player of the Year, had to be it's consensus. It had to be unanimous. Laney Havlovitz from Ripon. Midwest Conference Newcomer of the Year, Ava Wu out of Grinnell. And then the Midwest Coaching Staff of the Year, again, 4 years in a row, Ripon head coach Lauren Buzalaki. Congratulations to all those recipients as we get underway here with 7 minutes left in the third. Everyone jockeying for position. What did Ripon talk about in that timeout? 10 seconds on the shot clock. Going to be a one-on-one. Havlovitz and Brennan. Kicks it to Nelson. What a finish with the right hand. Beautiful drive.
Good to see her get some points on the board.
Yeah, and you just said it too. Not only did Ripon get some points there, good to see Nelson get those points. Ager drives the lane against the big. Knocked away. Nice block shot. Schleve's, she can compete with those block shots as good as the Lawrence players can. That's a stat I did not look at. Both teams with 3 blocks. Now we'll get a whistle. Both teams with 3 blocks in the first half. Number 31 for the Redhawks, Van Horn, gets her first Foul.
A lot different than yesterday's game. I mean, she fouled out.
Yeah, well, and there's
huge.
still a lot of basketball. I'm crossing my fingers.
That's right.
You can't have, there's certain players you cannot afford to have sitting in this game.
Right.
Hallie Van Horn is one of them.
Yeah, in the first half yesterday, she had 3.
Speaking of Van Horn, she comes down with a missed free throw. Ripon by 7 after that Nelson layup. Spacing is everything. They're forcing that ball into Schleve, and she's just double covered. Weak side came in and stole it. Schleve's got to have strong hands when you're catching that ball against that defensive traffic. Egger being guarded closely by Rawolf. Everyone's being guarded closely. Adams driving. Boy, I don't know. Rawolf was there. I think he's going to call it on the other Ripon player. He's going to call the push by Nelson from behind.
Redhawks foul number 4, Carson Nelson. First personal, second team foul of the quarter.
Yep, got to get Midas-sized sometimes on defense. Get those breaks working. Not shooting. Brennan on the entry pass. Don't reach. Don't reach. Get your hands off her. Whoa. Van Horn caught it in the face. Nice rebound by Van Horn. She's done a great job of rebounding in this game so far for the Redhawks. Nice take. She explodes. You give her that left lane line, and she flew by Kate Adams. The Cottage Grove product for the Redhawks. Carson Nelson has scored the last 4. Rawolf on Adams. Knocked away and fouled by Nelson. This is where Nelson got in trouble at this time last night. She came in clean with fouls and ended up fouling out with 5 fouls in the second half. Do not want to see a repeat of that.
I love how Kate Adams, you know, she's not knocking it down on the outside. She's looking to attack and get to the free throw line.
Wow.
80% free throw shooter missed her first one.
Yeah. Look at this.
Wow, you don't see
Look
that
at
often.
that. They're going to say it was off of, I think, Chose. Nope, it was off of Castile for LU. When's the last time? Wouldn't that be an interesting stat? When's the last time she missed 2 free throws?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. Ripon with a chance. Nelson with a hot hand of late. A chance to go up by double digits for the Redhawks. I don't think we'll ever see a zone by either team. She wants to shoot it. She just, what a move. She loves to finish with her left. Got double teamed. Pivot move. Switched hands. Finished with the right. Nelson, 6 consecutive unanswered points. Makes it 11-point lead for Ripon. Wide open. Charlotte Brennan's going to miss it short. The 3-ball, we talked about that prolific offense by LU last night. They were just a machine offensively. You know more than me. I didn't play basketball. Man, offense can come and go.
Absolutely. I don't think Charlotte Brennan missed yesterday.
And you know, and before that game started last night with Knox, we talked about Brennan and the fact that she is a traditional point guard and that she's tough-nosed defensively, very strong with the ball with either hand, and will be the distributor. She is the lieutenant, if you will, for the general, for the head coach, the extension of the coach. She will distribute in that traditional sense. Nowadays, the game has changed over the last few 2-3 decades where point guards will hunt their shot more. And last night, she's kind of stepped out of her normal behavior as a point guard and did hunt her shots and was very successful. And in fact, if I can find that from last night, no, probably not. Like I said last night, good thing the fire marshal isn't here. There could be an issue with all this paper laying around. 32-21 Ripon. Patrick Cronin behind the lens, bringing you the shots. Riley Eisnagel controlling all the bells, whistles, buttons, slides. It's a true story. If I even take my left hand and think of going over there, it will be severely wrapped. It will be slapped just like a nun with a ruler. I learned the hard way.
Ripon takes
Here we
their
go.
second double-digit lead of the game.
Yeah.
See if Lawrence can get a stop here. It's gonna be
Patient.
huge.
Van Horn on the block looking to score. Oh!
Such a great move.
Yeah.
Great
And-
space and finishes. Great.
Yeah, and such body control the way she does it. Steal, Van Horn, outlet, Rawolf. Let's watch it. Oh! Another timeout. Ripon, you know they're doing something right when you call back, when the opposition calls back-to-back timeouts.
That's right.
Wow. Well, Ripon playing Ripon ball. I think everybody here that's followed this ball club this season would agree Ripon was not at their finest last night. Getting that win over Coach Brent Brazzi's Rams of Cornell College in Mount Vernon, Iowa. They hung on. At one point, got it down to 4 with about a minute left. And I had to go change shirts. Man, that was nervousness I did not need.
Yes.
So you can take timeouts, Coach, and you can stop the clock. You can stop play. So the question is, when they come out of this huddle, can they stop Ripon's momentum?
See what they do here.
My wife and I and the dog are heading south after this game tonight, and we hope we are driving, including Louie the dog, with smiles on our faces with a Redhawk victory, no doubt. Louie, big Redhawk fan. Favorite player, Louie told me, Laney Havlovitz. Actually, it was a tie with Van Horn. Brennan going one-on-one on Callie. She'll be called for it. That'll be her third, the freshman.
That's what Lawrence needs to do. They need to get to the hoop right now. I mean, free throws can get them back in this game. It's going to be huge if they continue to attack downhill.
Yeah, you got the whistle, non-shooting, but you got 3 fouls on one of the key defensive players as Coach Walt having conversations with the official who's now explaining something to Buzalaki has a question. You know, we're not playing basketball, that's all I know. Kate Adams over there. Oh, I think Kate Adams has a bloody face. In fact, I know she has a bloody face. Now we know what the holdup was. She's a gamer, Adams. What a battle. Switch, Nelson on Adams. Don't reach, Nelson. Overlaid it, bothered the shot just enough. Havlovitz looking for the outlet, finds Van Horn to the corner to Callie Havlovitz. Patient lobs it, weak side looks to help, reach in. They're going to call a tie-up, I suspect. And they do. Possession arrow will stay with Ripon. Truth be told, I was doing play-by-play a week or so ago, solo, and I said I conflated the two names. I said Haley as a Van Horn, but Haley Havlovitz, and I said that's all we need is the competition needs is a third Havlovitz sister.
That's right. They sure do play well together. It's fun watching them.
Yeah, imagine them growing up in Wild Rose. How many athletes they got to switch sports. Left lane line, she loves it there. Overlaid it, rebound goes to Josie Chose, that Minnetonka, Minnesota. She's 6'2", folks, comes off the bench for Coach Wout. Feeding the high, bumped away from Rawolf, picked up by Bester, who just entered off that timeout. Throws it away, though. It bounced off the hip, if you will, of a Lawrence player. A very fortuitous bounce, as they say, for the Redhawks. Another steal by Ripon. Laney going one-on-one, but kicks it. Raw Wolf, can she deliver? We just got our answer as she turns to her teammates on the bench and the fans. You heard it. So far, this is the first blink by either team. Save, foul on Raw Wolf. It's the right call. Great job by Nelson to knock the ball away from Adams.
That'll be her fourth.
After knocking down a three. That old expression, you can get back points, but you don't get back fouls. But not going to fault Raw Wolf. What a three ball she just delivered. What's the math, an 18-point lead?
That is correct, yeah.
I was a POGO major, political science. That's why I had to check with you.
That was marketing, so don't ask me.
Being informed how many seconds are left with 2 minutes and 12 seconds. That's a running joke with the PA announcer. Lynn Krause and I work high school games and coach. We work coaches' games here, the girls, Ripon High School girls' games. And he likes to do seconds instead of minutes, our PA announcer. Makes it interesting. Here we go. Nelson with the ball on the inbound. 39-23. Feed Schleve on the block. One-on-one if she wants it. Chose is 6'2". They're going to call the hold on Chose. I didn't see it. Usually what they'll call right away is if you got two hands on the back. Usually they'll allow like a hand or a crossbar forearm.
That's right.
Anything more than that, if you introduce the other set of, what are they, phalanges, then they'll call it. 39-23, non-shooting, inbound Ripon. Safety valve to Sophie Schleve, shows 3. 15 on the shot clock. Bester with the ball. Havlovich wants to attack, but she'll kick it to a cutting Schleve! Wow, that should stay with Ripon. Never hit iron. I was waiting for a whistle on the shot. No whistle. Buck 39 remaining in the third. I won't adventure into the world of seconds. 39-23. Ripon, they're the ones that midway through the third quarter pulled away. It's not over though. Schleve got fouled on the shot. The sophomore from Minnetonka, you want to wall up, but you don't want to reach. I don't know, Coach, but when you foul a jump shot, you know, you don't foul the jump shot, right? Easier said than done.
Right.
Van Horn's going to re-enter, and no surprise, Sophie Morey also. Last night, I really felt the offense went through Sophie Morey on that high post in the half-court offense. Ripon has taken that away so far here this afternoon in the championship game. Schleve short on the iron.
Talking about fouls, I always tell my girls, if you're going to foul, make it worth it, right?
Yeah, right.
Don't let them finish the basket,
right.
First of all, but make it worth it. Obviously, knowing how many you have, you can't take them to the next game. You got to be smart, but at the end of the day, you want to be a little physical and make it worth it. Don't just give it, a little tap and get a foul.
Without question, a good solid foul versus the cheap fouls. It's the cheap fouls that'll drive a coach nuts.
Absolutely.
Ticky-tacky fouls. Driving the lane, reach by Lanny, but then blocked by Schleve.
I think it was all ball. I think it was more of her body. It looks, if they're going to call anything, it'd be body, because it definitely was all ball.
Yeah. And that part of that, too, is these refs feel the tension also.
Yep.
They also know what the score is, and they're also probably feeling a little bit of, a ref will tell you, no, that coach can't influence me. Some coaches do, whether you like it or not. And you're telling me that she's going to miss 3 free throws in a row? Oh, I'm sorry, it's Molly Deering. My bad. Thought it was Kate Adams. Make that a 16-point lead. Coming down towards the end of the third period of this game. Ripon has made their move midway through the third quarter for that 17-point lead, or 16, I should say. Schleve up and under, will come back with it, got blocked. It's going to go against Sophie Morey. Schleve has to start delivering on her free throws.
Agreed. They're going to continue to feed her. Not a bad idea, but knock down your free throws. And
Yep.
put this game away real fast.
Did she make both? Nope. But Van Horn keeps it alive, and that's going to be knocked out by Brennan. It'll be Ripon ball. Give credit to Molly Johannes, forcing Brennan to knock it out of bounds. Ripon will get a shot clock at 20 seconds. Bester will come in for Schleve. Give her a little bit of protection with her foul issues. Minute 4 left in the third quarter. Ripon up 41-24 in the ball. Ball screen, Johannes. Backdoor, Nelson. Up, blocked by Sophie Maury. Out of bounds. Great play. Good backdoor. Just a better shot block by Maury. Sophie Maury averages 1 block a game. Open 3 for Lanny. Short. Be reeled in by Brennan. Quick outlet to Adams. Good job by Nelson to get back. Deering with the ball. Goes to the point guard for LU. I think 1963 was the last time one of these teams played a zone. Little sarcasm there. Deering driving, left hand scoops, baseline off the window, missed it. Van Horn always seems to be in position for the board. Splits the defenders on the drive by Havlovitz, keeps the dribble alive. How'd she come up with that?
It's a great take.
My goodness, that should be illegal. Stolen, knocked away, picked up by Lanny Havlovitz. That's the end of the third. 43-24, it's Ripon. So far, it was the third quarter that's been the difference between these two ball clubs.
Here we thought it would maybe be the first.
Yeah. And the first quarter was when they played last at LU in the Alexander Gym. It was a 1-point difference in the first quarter. And here, I think it was a 2. I'm not sure. I don't have that stat sheet in front of me, but I think it might have been a 2-point differential or something like that. Here it was. It was, take it back, at the end of the first quarter. It'll take me a little bit to separate it. Don't have it, but I think it was a 2-point differential there. But that persistent defense, the calling card, really by both teams, but by Ripon this afternoon, has been the catalyst that's allowed the separation in this game. You know, maybe that game last night that Ripon struggled a little bit in, maybe if Ripon can hang on and win this one, maybe that had a lot to do with the way Ripon played today.
That's right.
Because after that impressive 29-point win by LU last night, they had the momentum. I mean, I think they were drenched in confidence coming into today, LU.
Absolutely. I mean, Kate Adams has 3 points. Let's see. Charlotte Brennan has 4 points. I mean, last night, both of them were putting up double digits. It's a big
time
difference.
Big time, yeah. And that defense, it travels in football and it travels in basketball. Offense, you never know. But right now we do know the Ripon offense was darn good in the third quarter. Ball screen, Brennan. Up and under, left hand, blocked by, oh, what a block by Van Horn. Rob Wolf out there with 4 fouls, blocked. Wow. Defense has not gotten old or soft here in this game by either club. Step through, blocked. Rejection by Kesty. Wow. Holy smokes. Coach, I missed it. I put my head down and I missed it. Who scored? Did you see it?
Yeah, it was Laney.
Oh, my goodness.
Defensive player of the year, converting on offense. Love to see it.
Agers, trip by Schleve will be assessed to her.
That'll be her 4th.
Molly Johannes, the senior. Comes in for Schleve. Johannes can guard the 2, 3, 4, and 5 player. Wow. Kesty with the ball. Johannes is on her. Walls up. Boy, it looked like it was going to go down. It didn't. Lainey Havlovitz after the rebound to Johannes. Kicks. 3. Wall whoop. Boom! Nothing you can do now. Deering will go back in for LU. Knocked away by Van Horn again. They're running 2-on-3. Is she going to attack anyway? Havlovich contact. Oh! Oh my goodness! Oh! She might have been voted Defensive Player of the Year, but they should have sent some highlights of offense as well. Oh, 51-24.
We did not see this coming.
We did not see this coming. It was 26-17, a 9-point deficit by the Vikings at the half, at the hands of the Redhawks. But oh my goodness. Midway through the third, maybe a little earlier than that, in the first minute and change of the 4th quarter, has turned into a nightmare for the Vikings from LU. Van Horn cannot give her enough credit for how many rebounds and how many tipped, stolen entry passes has she been able to ruin for the Vikings. We talked about how Ripon out-rebounded LU 22-9 at the half. And 8 of those rebounds for Ripon were offensive, which is just one less than the total amount of rebounds for LU at the half. Van Horn, 8 rebounds at the half, folks, to lead all rebounders in this game. And she didn't stop when the second half started, did she? Woo!
I think for Lawrence, it's just little by little now, right? I mean, the score has kind of gotten away from them, but...
And we talked about that when Knox was on the short end of the stick against LU last night.
Right.
And now it's LU. I think you're right. You have to look at it incrementally. Yep, you're going to have to get some stops defensively for sure, but you're going to have to get some points in a hurry.
That's right.
They want to set the table for Adams. Blocked by who else? Van Horn. Picked up by Molly Johannes. Gets it out to Nelson. She's got Van Horn open if she wants her. Nope. Kick it out to White. You can't go wrong. Anybody gives the ball to Lainey Havlovitz is a good decision.
That's right.
A move by Van Horn. Double team. It's all held up. Possession arrow to Ripon. Josie Chosen for LU. And Sophie Maury, another one of those high scores for LU last night, takes a seat. They're going to call it offensive. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Didn't see that. I mean, it's one of the toughest calls, right? Blocking charge call.
It's hard to know, are their feet set? Are they in the right position?
Oh, they square to them, right? You can't
Right.
chicken wing them. You got to be head up on them. I didn't think that was the case. The official thought otherwise. He made the call. That's the third foul on Carson Nelson, who's now out there on Kate Adams. Knocked away by Lainey Havlovitz as she doubles the ball. And they're all over her like a bad rash, Adams. She is not going to get a shot off. The only thing Ripon has given her is a little bit of a bloody nose. 3 from the corner, no. Rebound. Rawolf. Ripon is off and running again. Strong with the ball, we always talked about it. It's one thing to say it, another thing to do it. Havlovich does it, both of them. So does Rawolf, for that matter. Why not? Going for it. She wants every rebound. Wants to deflect every entry pass. Nelson will be called for a foul. I think that was the lower extremities, right? Around the, maybe a hip check, if you will.
Yep, that's her 4th now.
Yep. Sophie Sleevey will re-enter. I believe she's got 3. What a hand you want to give to Van Horn, let me tell you, folks. Wow. I want to see the end of the game stats on her. All those hustle things. Missed the second one, made the first. I was going to say, I hope we'll get a foul out of there. Sophomore from Minnetonka helps her up. She knew it. That foul on Josie Chose, I believe. They gave it to Deering. That's a surprise. Okay. Little soft pressure by Brennan. 6.5 minutes remaining. Ripon up 52-25. You know, Lawrence is the #1 team in the conference, on average holding teams to just 50 points. Sleevey with a long one. She did that against Knox. She stepped her game out against Knox, went 4 for 5 from 16 to 17 feet.
That's huge. Make them have to guard you outside and inside.
I'm going to call a travel on that stop. Boy, if I wasn't doing the game, I'd be one of those guys. Here we go. Looks like Ripon is well on their way to an automatic bid into the NCAAs. Backdoor, good defense. Good defense by Molly Deering. Didn't fall for it. 12 seconds. Sleevey drives the lane. Kicks Johannes. She'll go left hand. Turn around. Blocked by Chose. Everybody's on the floor. Kisty hits the deck, as does Havlovich. Hey, I got news for you. Those two are going at it again next year. They're both juniors, Havlovich and Brennan. Ow, she took a shot to the face there. That's Lainey Havlovich, I think. Only way I can tell the difference is the long hair versus the tied up shorter hair by the freshman sister. Hope she's okay. Yep, she's got to fix it. Yeah, she took a shot there around the head area by the floor. No fun. Nelson is going to re-enter with her 4 fouls. Molly Johannes will take a seat. It's been fun working with you, Kirsten. It's fun. And I got to believe you're having fun watching this game here between these two ball clubs.
Yeah.
Brennan, how'd that ball get through there? It was a good pass. Possession arrow is with the Vikings, just so you know.
Things haven't gone Lawrence's way at all today, really, but they continue to work hard and fight and not give up.
Yep, and that's what sports hopefully teaches you.
That's right.
All the good qualities that it has to offer, whether you're winning or losing. There's been that body pushing and shoving. Good position by Sleevey. Chose had to come over the top and try to come over the top, and it didn't work out for her. Sleevey with the finish. It's their calling card. Lawrence, they're going to tell you it's about defense too, and it is. But Ripon, man oh man. What defense by the Lady Redhawks. Weak side rebound by one of the shorter players on the court. The freshman. Led the state in steals in high school last year across all divisions. They're going to call the reach here. Van Horn will re-enter for the Redhawks. 21 on the shot clock. Agers, Maury, and Maggie Jazimski will get in now, the freshman, out of Gilbert, Illinois. That's who's out there for Lawrence. Schleve, Bester, Van Horn, Nelson, and Callie Havlovitz. What a nice finish. This is LU. If you ever competed in this rivalry, it's got a lot to it. Tighter whistles now towards the end.
Yep. You know, when I went to Lakeland, we were LU, so we always said we were the better LU. Every game we'd be like, let's show who's the better LU.
Yeah. I wonder if Marion and Marquette University feel the same way. Charlotte Brennan's a good one. She'll be back next year out of Firestone, Colorado. The Colorado kid. Watching her and Lainey Havlovitz was worth $20 a ticket today. They'll be back at it next year. Kind of like working at the factory, punch the clock, get back to work. Look at that, Nelson. You know, don't tell LU, like to your point, don't tell LU this game's over.
That's right. I think for them, I mean, there's 3 minutes, you know, just over 3.5 minutes left, and, you know, down by a lot, but what can they do to end their season on a positive note?
Right. Last year, LU came in and they played, it was a great game against Grinnell. Grinnell came out on top just barely at the end. They didn't get past the semifinal round. This year, they made it to the championship round, LU does. Coach Riley Walt. But he's built a program, there's no denying that. I think next year there's going to be 5 teams that are going to be capable of fighting for the top spot in the women's of the Midwest Conference in basketball. You're going to have Grinnell, Illinois College, Knox, Lawrence, Ripon for sure. Ball screen, she takes it. Really? If I'm Wiley Rote, I'm going like, you're going to call that now? Where was that call in the first 3.5 quarters of this game?
Right.
Yeah. It's not an easy job officiating. Not easy at all. This is a tough pill to swallow, no matter how you look at it, for Viking fans. They're doing what they can to get 30 points here. That's going to be hauled in from Bester. What Bester needs to do instead of holding that ball is to dribble out of the traffic immediately. Possession arrow with the Vikings. If it comes down to that, Kate Adams will do the inbounding for LU. 2 on the block, 2 on the elbow. Cross screens, it looks like. Just hit Brennan on top. Van Horn steps up to take away that penetration dribble. She can stay with Brennan, believe it or not. That's how athletic Van Horn is. The super sophomore. Pull up, 15-footer, missed it. In for Ripon now. That was with the rebound, Maggie Glaus. The pride of Elmwood, Wisconsin. Maggie's a great kid. Had her over at the house. Last year, it fed her and 9 other players. This year, I had to do a Ripon High School game, so I put the bill at Margaritaville, and a dozen of them ate down there. They were very polite. Held ball. We talked about Ripon will get the next one, and they do. There's that finesse of Bester, the senior. Like I said, elementary education. Hallie Van Horn, what a game last night, and what a more complete game today. It was offense when they needed it, primarily in the first half last night. and it was rebounding and defense today. Presley Buwalda, the pride of Randolph, is out there now. Also, Naomi Ricola, the wonderful rendition of the freshman from Sevastopol, is out there for Ripon. And Maddie Friedel, who just got that rebound, the junior, McHenry, Illinois. 2 minutes left. You got one starter out there right now, Bester. Look at them active on the boards. I'll shoot the pill. Oh, bingo! Oh my! Going to do a timeout just to get the freshman from Spanaway, Washington out there. We talk about Kate Adams, high archer three. I thought that was going to scrape up along the roof line.
Knocked it down.
Boy, I'll tell you, if Patrick Cronin got the apex of that shot on his lens, he's really good. You know, it's kind of interesting. That's the kind of three-point shooting we saw at the end of the Lawrence game last night. Remember, they were throwing up those threes towards the end of the game. Yeah. Wow, looks like my wife and I and our dog Louie will be smiling heading south tonight. A big grin. We're going to be watching. We got to find out. I think they come out Monday maybe with the pairings of the NCAA Division III. You can watch that online live, and I'll be watching that where they're going to go, Ripon, where they're going to go in the NCAA tournament. They've been knocking on the door for a number of years now. They've never won the first round. Last year they went to Stout. They lost to Stout by over 15. Lo and behold, Stout made it to the Final Four, I believe, last year. So it's not like they're losing the chopped liver. But they've been knocking on the door. As we get that entry pass, that foul will be called on Kylie Embald, the sophomore from Marquette, Michigan. Can they go through the door? Will this be the year? Can they do it? We'll have to wait. They'll probably play, I'm going to guess, maybe Thursday. I'm trying to think is when they do that, first round. This is the first one. And what a wonderful career that senior has had. Sophie Maury, the forward from Tinley Park, Illinois. Told you I took my daughters there for a No Doubt concert when they were young. Big outdoor amphitheater. Sophie Maury, a great player. Could have been too young to be at that No Doubt concert with Gwen Stefani. Turnaround two-footer, missed it. Saved by the Spanaway, Washington. Look at that. And she reels it in. Alex Stricker from Sheboygan Lutheran is in there now for the Redhawks. Throw behind the back. They're having a little bit of fun. Puts it up, just missed it. That shot was by Nadia Hoffa from Coloma. That's picked up by Alex Stricker. Let me tell you, Mariah Sears has a nice game, the one with the ball right now. Left hand lane, who she thinks she is. She thinks she's Carson Nelson. What a drive down that left lane line and a finish. Coach wants to get his players out. Those seniors, Josie Ager, congratulations on a wonderful career being part of the rebuild of the Lawrence Vikings. 21-game season wins. What a great job. Coach Wold can feel proud of those seniors. My goodness. Also, that's Taylor Swoboda, another senior, Emma Moya, and another senior, Bailey Griffiths. Some fine players. He brings back the nucleus, if you will, of his team next year. Ripon will graduate one starter. They'll be back in fantastic fashion next year. Natalie Rawolf will be sorely missed, the senior as a starter. There's five seniors altogether for Ripon. Natalie Rawolf, as I just said, Mackenzie Bester, one of the best off the bench, Maggie Klaus, Molly Johannes, the Swiss Army knife, Presley Buwalda from Randolph. Those 5 from Ripon. Congratulations to the team, those seniors. And they're going to do something they've been doing a lot of lately. The door, if you're thinking, you know, you asked Siri, hey Siri, where is the championship tournament going to be played? Siri just says, you're telling me you don't know, right? The door, it goes through Ripon. You don't even set your GPS anymore. It just goes through Ripon.
Right.
All the bus drivers in the Midwest Conference know where Ripon is now.
Right.
Congratulations on a 65-29 dominating win over a formidable opponent led by Kate Adams and Charlotte Brennan. Ripon's a class act too, that coaching staff and those players. Congratulations to Ripon. They've done it again. 8 straight regular season championships. Now 3 consecutive tournament championships and 4 of their last 5 championships. The only hiccup was Knox 2 years ago. Congratulations to those ladies. So they're gonna wait and they're gonna hear the NCAA Division III selection committee. They'll be working hard tomorrow and Sunday night trying to figure out who's going, because you know, around the nation, some of these 64 teams maybe lost their own tournament and they were favored, and they'll be looking at large bids to get into the tournament too. Something Ripon will not have to concern themselves with, for sure. The question will be, where do they play? Who do they play? Going to the student section, great job. And can Ripon, who's been knocking on the door, can they go through that door and get their first tournament level win? We'll find out next week. So Patrick Cronin behind the lens. Riley Eisnagel, executive producer, technician. My friend. Kirsten Sauerbrei doing the color, and me, I'm Marty Ernster. Thanks for following us. Midwest Conference Championship basketball, the final 65-29 Ripon. Best of luck to them down the road. Thanks for watching, everybody.